Military criticism, reading the genocide dossier here from Valparaiso. At some point you could see, oh, there is the Aconcagua mountain, someplace, but right now it's not so clear. I will hope another day to record it. Well, we will read the genocide dossier on Al Jazeera. Live updates. Dozens dead in Gaza as Israel's army bombs from north to south. We have a streaming that says a mother in Gaza has been forced to say goodbye to the body of her son via video call before his burial. Yeah, yeah. sounds terrible, but global South lives in general can be even worse. At least my life. I don't give a fuck to my family, to my whole family. I will never have this, and I don't want it. I don't like my family, so I don't care. So I don't feel about this. But anyway, live updates. Dozens dead in Gaza as Israel's army bombs from north to south. Israeli military strikes on Gaza have killed 35 people, including 17 in the besieged north since dawn, which means the last 24 hours or less, by Usaid Siddiqui. November 3rd. Medical sources say Israeli attacks on Gaza have killed at least 35 people, including 17 in the north since dawn. UNICEF condemns Israel's indiscriminate strikes on the Gaza Strip, noting more than 50 children were killed in the attacks on Jabalia refugee camp in the past 48 hours. Israeli forces dropped a stun grenade on a polio vaccination center in Gaza City, wounding at least 4 children despite agreeing to a humanitarian pause for a long delayed inoculation campaign, according to the WHO. Israel's genocide in Gaza has killed at least 43,341 people, Palestinians people, and wounded 102,105 since October 7, 2023. An estimated 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the Hamas-led attacks that day, and more than 200 taken captive. So such a bad business, is like a fifth, not 5, but how to say it? 50th to 1, a fifth part. Anyway, 1 to 50. Terrible. What is this? Terrible mathematics. Terrible algebra. In Lebanon, at least 2,897 people have been killed and 1,350 wounded in Israeli attacks since the war on Gaza began. So that square should be beautiful, but I don't think so. It's so much. I think Brazil is more beautiful in general. In Lebanon, at least 2,897 people have been killed and 1,350 wounded in Israeli attacks since the war on Gaza began, the Lebanese Health Ministry says. Sunday, November 3, 7 minutes ago. ceasefire could impact Iran's reaction to Israeli strikes, Pezeshkian. Iran's president says a potential ceasefire between its allies and Israel, quote, could affect the intensity of Tehran's response to Israel's recent strikes on Iranian military sites. Quote, if the Israelis consider their behavior, accept a ceasefire, and stop massacring the oppressed and innocent people of the region, it could affect the immensity and type of our response. Masoud Pezeshkian was quoted by state news agency IRNA as saying, Israeli military launched strikes last week on military bases in Iran, hitting about 20 sites over several hours in Ilam, Khuzestan, and Tehran. And we have a photo of Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. And Sunday, November 3rd, 22 minutes ago, at least 4 killed in Gaza's Jabalia camp. Medical sources say at least 4 people were killed and dozens of others injured after Israeli aircraft targeted a house in the Toba area west of the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza, the Palestinian news agency Wafa reports. Jabalia has been under siege by Israeli forces, along with the rest of northern Gaza, since early October. Aid has been blocked and hundreds killed, including more than 50 children in attacks on Jabalia in the past 48 hours. We have a photograph also. Photo says, people bury a victim of Israeli bombing in the vicinity of the Kamal Adwan hospital in Beit Lahia. And 41 minutes ago, Sunday, November 3rd, today. Death toll from Israeli attacks on Lebanon reaches 2,986. The death toll from Israeli attacks on Lebanon has now climbed to 2,986, and the number of injured to 13,402 since October 2023, including 18 dead and 83 injured in the past 24 hours, the Lebanese Health Ministry says. At least 772 of those killed were women and children, it said in a statement. Sunday, November 3, 1 hour ago. And that's my limit, the latest hour of this genocide dossier. This genocide in real time, unfortunately. This massacre of barbaric, savage, caveman time. I guess cavemen were not so bad. Anyway, Turkey delivers UN letter demanding halt to Israeli arms sales. Turkey's foreign ministry says it submitted a letter to the United Nations signed by 52 countries and 2 organizations calling for a halt in arms deliveries to Israel. Quote, we have written a joint letter calling on all countries to stop the sale of arms and ammunition to Israel. We delivered this letter, which has 54 signatories to the UN on November 1st, said Hakan Fidan at a press conference in Djibouti, where he attended a Turkey-Africa Partnership Summit. Quote, we must repeat at every opportunity that selling arms to Israel means participating in its genocide, quote unquote, said Fidan. The letter is an initiative launched by Turkey, unquote. Among the signatories was Saudi Arabia, Brazil, Algeria, China, Iran, and Russia, with the 2 organizations being the Arab League and the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. And we have a photograph. A lot of destruction on the picture. A search and rescue operation after the Israeli army targeted Asma school in the Shati refugee camp in Gaza. And that's it by now.